Josh Flickinger here with you, Guaranteed Rate Field, with the first guy. I don't know if you're aware of this, Nasim Nuñez is with us. The first guy to wear a Carp uniform and then be in a Major League Baseball game. Did you know that you had that distinction?
Not so no.
Perfect. Well, how does that feel for you?
That's dope. Yeah. I'm honored.
Absolutely.
Beloit did good for me.
It was only a couple years ago, 2022, that you were, ripping up the base pads, at least for the first half of that 2022 season. What are some of the memories you have from being in Beloit?
Man, sucking. Honestly, it was a rough start, but it built character for me. It showed me how to go through phases of just not being fortunate with hitting and learning who I was and how to become a better hitter and understand the game a little bit more. So Beloit was a great teacher for me, and the fans were awesome. The staff was awesome. So in the grand scheme of things, when I was in Beloit, it might have been miserable, but when you look back on it, it was great.
Fans, this is a perseverance story, because Nasim, I think you started the year maybe like 0 for 23.
Bigger than that.
It was maybe 0 for 30. Yeah, it was crazy. Obviously,
no, one. I got my first.
Oh, that's right.
Was a hit, and then I ain't getting no more since.
Well, you obviously turned it around, and I remember putting a sticky note on your locker every single time Nasim was climbing that stolen base record. You certainly would have gotten it. I don't know what you ended up with in the 30s.
It was 49, because I remember the 50th one, he called me out when I was safe right before I got called up to AA.
He's got a long memory. Okay, so let's go through this. So then you get called up to AA and had a lot of success in AA, right? You guys, was that the title season? So
yeah.
Tell about your Pensacola experience.
It was fun. It was after everything I went through in Beloit. I just kept taking my work and playing the game, and then it was warm too in Beloit. in Pensacola, right? And the atmosphere was dope. Yeah. It was really cool. It was beachy vibes. It felt like mini Miami too. So
yep.
It just fit right in.
And then 2023, obviously, had some time at a couple different levels. What was last year like for you?
Last year was pretty cool. It was playing with Mesa, Cody Mo and them came up.
Yep.
So it was like my boys just got back up there. So yes. We had some fun. We had a good run at Pensacola too.
No doubt about it.
Sadly, we lost in the championship,
right. But
it was a good fight.
Okay, so take me through what it must have been like. I believe Rule 5 draft happens in December. Yeah. Is that right? Is it on your radar at all? Because I remember back before the Rule 5 draft, there were some Marlins fans online going, hey, we better put Nasim on the 40 because otherwise somebody might scoop him up. You weren't placed on the 40, making you eligible. Was your agent or anybody saying, hey, heads up, this could happen?
It was kind of like a heartbreaking moment when they didn't put me on the 40 man.
Yep.
It was a lot of emotional waves. I was kind of sad, but then I realized everybody who knew me and believed in me that was in a spot to make moves left. Yep. So after that, I was like, me and my mom, my dad's family, we were all sad, and then kind of like clicked, like, look, we're not going to play victim. We on to the next thing. So we were kind of like, you can't do anything with the Rule 5, but I believe in if you put your energy into something, things will happen. So I put my energy into talking to people like, what's going on with this Rule 5? Like, let's make something happen. Like, even though we had absolutely no control of anything, I put my energy into what I could control, and that was becoming better and getting ready and being prepared for the next move.
Absolutely. So the Nationals give your name's called out. How do you find out? You find out on Twitter?
It was because I went to see my grandma and my uncle because my grandfather had passed away last season. So it's kind of weird going back home and seeing them because he was close to me. So I went to stop by and see them, kind of just go see them and kill stall time a little bit because I just had a workout. And on my way home, I drove home, no music, just kind of chilling. And I remember I got in my driveway and I said a prayer. And to my grandfather, I was talking to my grandpa, and then my phone rang, and as I'm walking in the door and I see my phone go Nats from my agent, and then I open the door and I just hear my mom screaming the Nats. Yeah. And then it was like, dang.
That's amazing. So you go to spring training, you know the deal, like, hey, the Nationals can keep you, they got to keep you on the 26-man roster, or they could offer you back to the Marlins. What was spring training like? Did you feel pressure, like, hey, I got to ball out here to make sure that I do well enough to keep me for the full year? Or
I
what was that
prepared
like?
myself for both.
Yeah.
I prepared myself to make the team most off, like
Yes.
for the most part, and I also prepared myself for walking back in the Marlins locker room and looking at Victor Mensah, being like, "Hey, bro, what's up?
Right.
What's up, bro?" But it's baseball at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
I was going there, I was playing baseball, and
Yep.
somebody believed in me.
That's
they
right.
selected me, so I was like, somebody believes in me. I'm gonna just go be me.
Yeah. So you get, you make the team. What was that moment like? Did they call you into the manager's office? Like, how did that transpire?
There was a lot of hints that I was making the team
Yes.
before, but nobody told me until literally the last day.
Okay.
Like, we were already in D.C., and Davey told me, like, I got to carry the speaker for the rest of the year. And I was like, I have my own speaker, and I left it in his room, but I didn't know he was dead serious. So now I'm carrying the speaker.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, man, that's fantastic. So what has it been like all your life? I am sure you have been shortstop one, right? Hitting at the top of the lineup, doing those sorts of things. And now this is a learning year for you, not getting into the game as much, trying to stay sharp if you do get called on. How has this year been for you here in these first 6 weeks or so?
It's kind of, it's been miserable in a
Okay.
little bit of ways, but I've had people around me and done some work on myself to kind of see it in a different light, because everything's about perspective.
Yes.
So I look at it like, man, I'm really watching behind the scenes in the big leagues. Like, I'm seeing how Davey works. I'm seeing how these hitting coaches work. I'm seeing how these professionals work every day. These big league veterans, how they do it every day. So I kind of just put myself to the side a little bit and was like, enjoy this experience, because when my time comes, I'm going to be ready. So I get my work in every day. I watch, I study every day.
Yep.
So it's kind of like, it's actually pretty cool. I told my mom it's almost like my side hustle. My job is to be ready in the later innings and when CJ needs a break. So that's my side hustle, because I'm preparing myself to be an everyday starter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every day.
Absolutely. Has there been a vet that has kind of taken you under his wing at all? Has there been one?
It's been a couple. Coaches, players, we got a good group of guys here.
That's great.
So that's the best thing you can ask for.
In terms of, hey, have you spoken, by the way? I don't know if you knew this, but your maybe all-star closer, Kyle Flickinger, he was a big Beloit guy, spent a whole year in Beloit. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you should talk to him about it, because he was at the old place, Pullman Field, not exactly the same experience as ABC Supply Stadium. So he was old school Beloit, you should say, and Rosario as well.
Okay.
Rosario as well spent a whole year in Beloit. He was with the host family.
That's one
that
of my
was old
favorite
school.
players.
Oh, Rosario is? Yeah, great guy. Nasim, certainly from all of us at Sky Carp Nation, we are thrilled to see you in the big leagues. It's not quite the role you want yet, but we know we're getting there. And
y'all gonna see something today? I'm in there today.
You're in the lineup today?
Yeah. Shortstop.
Let's go. First major league hit on deck right here.
I feel it.
I love it. All right. Well, Nasim Nuñez, thanks for joining us here, and from all of us at Sky Carp Nation, best of luck.
For sure. Thank you.